There's an uncertain future for light rail in the metro. Things have gotten so bad at the Northstar Line, which cost taxpayers $375 million to build, that the state may replace the entire line with bus service. The Northstar has been running between Big Lake and downtown Minneapolis for over a decade. Pre-pandemic, the Northstar Line carried 767,000 people in 2019. That number dropped in 2022 to just 275 riders per day. That means the subsidy for a Northstar Line ride went from $19 in 2019 to more than $173 after 2022. Joining me right now is the chair of the Met Council, Charlie Zelle. The future of the Northstar, is it kaput? I mean, are we done with it?
I actually think it's an important service, and it was inspired when it was built, but transit patterns have changed.
Right.
And those long-distance express runs, whether it's bus or rail, are down 85%, and they actually don't show much likely return to old levels.
I mean, give everybody $173 per ride subsidy. I mean, you could send them to Cancun.
I mean, absolutely, Esme. And to be honest, we have to be responsible stewards of taxpayer dollars, and we think there's a way to provide better service at less cost. And as unfortunately, even though it was $375 million at the time, it's sunk cost. We have to be responsible. If we can redeploy those dollars toward not only providing better transit in the corridor, but actually around the entire system, that's the way to go.
A lot of people are looking at that and saying, what about the future of rail lines in the city? And specifically looking at two projects, the Blue Line extension, Minneapolis-Brooklyn Park, $3 billion? Wow. And the Southwest LRT, that's even bigger than the Southwest LRT, which is $1.3 billion originally. $2.9 billion is the cost in 2027, obviously $1 billion over budget. How can you look at those numbers and really think that this is all going to work when you look at what's happened at the Northstar?
Well, I have to characterize LRT differently from commuter rail. Commuter rail operating some 400 passengers a day.
So you see the Northstar as commuter rail?
Correct. The Green Line currently carries as many as 27,000 people.
That's Minneapolis to St. Paul.
Minneapolis, St. Paul, just 11 miles compared to the 400 people per day going 40 miles. So there's a way to be efficient with our dollars. And we are finding the Green Line extension to be remarkably successful in terms of spurring development. There's over $3 billion of projects along the stations around the Southwest Light Rail, which not only suggests economic development, but those are future riders.
Now, in every sense, this has been described as a boondoggle and things that I can't repeat, but you have hope here. You actually say that sort of practice trains, it's probably not the technical term, will be running this year. We'll actually see trains on those tracks.
We're starting testing this year, later part of this year, and throughout 2026. You know, the Green Line extension, although over budget, absolutely, and we were able to correct that, finish the project, but even still, on a per mile basis, it's cheaper than other light rail projects around the country. The fact that we've spurred that economic development, the fact that people are using transit differently, and what they're using it for is everyday lives, not just in the morning and in the evening, but getting to the doctor's appointment, going to school, going to the grocery store. This is every 10-minute frequency allows you to do that.
I guess the question is, are you still convinced that people in Eden Prairie are going to get on that Southwest LRT in 2027 and ride it downtown when downtown is practically empty these days with all the people working from home or not working in downtown?
Well, what's been really important about our transit system is that it's a system. It's not just one line. You might take that Eden Prairie train to Hopkins. You might be taking Minnetonka to Eden Prairie. And the B Line, which is opening later this year, is going to connect that Green Line extension to 6 other transit ways as it goes east and west. We're opening 3 transit ways this year. The Gold Line in a couple of weeks, the B Line in June, and the E Line in December. We now have a system of interconnected transit every 10 minutes, the frequency allowing people to get around the metro without long waits, without long connection times. And the fact that the one-off kind of commuter rail is appropriately needs to be rethought. But the light rail interconnected ADRT system, that's working.
Okay, if we want optimism in terms of light rail, I guess go to Charlie's Deli. Thank you very
Absolutely.
much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.